What's up, guys? So here are my picks for UFC 258, Usman versus Burns, and I have to say, like I mentioned this last time, it's not that really, it's not that great for a pay-per-view, at least in my opinion. There's not that really any fights that I'm like very interested in. So like I said, I think last week's event was better. But UFC 259 and UFC 260 are gonna be just absolutely amazing. Like those two events are one of those events where I separate my day for nobody to mess with me, you know. So yeah. Main event: Usman versus Burns, and just like I mentioned last time, guys, if by the time this video is over or by the time you're done watching, if you really like what I have to say, whether you agree or disagree with the pick, if you think I did a good breakdown, please give me a like. It helps my video reach more people. So Usman and Burns. So another main event where I'm not ultra confident on my pick, or not even like I'm not confident on my pick. So I'm picking Usman to win this one by decision, but I'm like 60-40. Definitely not confident on this one. And see where do I start? I mean, the reason why I'm leaning on Usman is because I think his size, it's what's gonna give him the win here, not necessarily the skill, but the size and the strength. Because I can't really say that I think Usman is a better striker than Gilbert Burns, because I think they're very similar, as far as the striking skill. You gotta wonder who has more knockout power, because Usman hasn't knocked anyone out since I have no idea when was the last time he knocked anyone out. Let's see real quick. Wikipedia is pretty good for this kind of things. Oh, never mind. I guess it was Kobe, right? I guess it was Kobe. But before Kobe, it was Sergio Moraes back in over 3 years ago, September 2017. But yeah, technically he did finish Kobe in the 5th round. But it wasn't a one shot. It was a combination of shots, and a lot of people are still complaining that the fight should have not been stopped. But he's certainly not a one-punch knockout power. But it's interesting because he looks like a guy that would hit hard and put you away with one, right? And Burns, he destroyed Tyron Woodley. Before that, he starched Maya. But before that, again, the last time he finished someone was Dan Mored back in 2018. So, again, not exactly a one-punch knockout artist. Both of these guys absolutely dominated Tyron Woodley. Usman was the first one, took the belt from him. And then, but the beating that Burns put on Woodley was definitely more intense than what Usman did to Woodley. They were both dominations, but Usman out-grappled him more than anything. Burns completely dominated him in the stand-up, in the grappling, in everything. I mean, round one, you could argue it was a 10-8 for Burns. So this fight is interesting, can we say that Burns can go there and out-grapple Usman? No way. See, that I am convinced. Burns is not going to out-grapple Usman the way he did Woodley or anyone. I'm convinced this will be a stand-up battle. As a matter of fact, this could very well be a repetition of Usman versus Masvidal, with the difference that Usman was able to take Masvidal down many times, but a big chunk of the fight was him against the clinch, just stomping his foot, and we might see a lot of that, because I feel like if they clinch, Usman has a little bit more strength than Burns. Like I said, I don't necessarily believe he is the superior, speaking on skill, but I think his strength and size is what's gonna be what's gonna make the difference in this fight. See, if Burns was the same size as Usman or as strong, I think I would be 50-50, or maybe slightly lean towards Burns, but I don't anticipate an exciting fight. I don't think it's going to be. Um, I don't know. I could end up surprised, and this ends up being like Usman versus Kobe, which was a pretty awesome fight. So, and we'll see. And even though I'm picking decision, I could also see a knockout from either one. So, because if Usman clips Burns precisely on the jaw, I think he can knock him out. I think he can knock anyone out. But we haven't seen him do that, and I think Usman by decision is the safe pick. So, and like I said, I'm 60-40 on this one. Not super confident, but Usman by decision. Then before that, we have Macy Barber versus Alexa Grasso. So here's my underdog. I'm picking Barber by knockout, round one. Barber's coming from having a year layoff where she got basically out-grappled into a decision by Modafferi. Monster upset. Modafferi was like plus 900 or something. I've seen it so many times. Guys that are like plus 700, plus 800 end up winning. Every time somebody's that big of an underdog, you might as well put $25 on them and hope that it hits. But yeah, the thing about Alexa Grasso is that I feel like she's basically like a watered down version of Macy Barber. She likes to strike and likes to throw combinations, but they don't have anywhere near the amount of power that Barber has. If you look at her last fight against Ji Young Kim, she completely outstriked her, but she landed several clean shots. I mean, a lot. And Kim just walked through them. When Barber lands, I mean, she does not let go, and she will not stop throwing until she knocks you out. If you look at her second to last fight with Jillian Robertson, I've never seen a woman just throw elbows the way Barber does. So she'll swarm you, start swinging, and then start throwing elbows, standing elbows, which are rare. Even for men, you don't really see too many elbows on the stand-up. I think stylistically this is perfect for Macy Barber, and we're going to see a striking battle where Barber is going to show that she might not necessarily be that much better of a striker as far as technique and speed, but the power will make the difference. So Barber by knockout, round one. Before that, we have Julian Marquez and Maki Pitolo. If it wasn't because Julian Marquez is having an almost 3-year layoff, like over 2.5-year layoff, I would pick him 100% to win. I'm still picking him to win, but I'm like 70-30. This is one of those situations where you have to wonder, and at the same time you have to assume. You have to wonder: is he coming 100%, or is he coming with the ring rust? And ever since I opened my channel, I've seen it both. I've seen guys have a long layoff, they come back and they look like killers, where they destroy the other guy, almost as if they didn't have a layoff. And I've also seen it where they come and they suck. Like you're like, damn, they really have a ring rust. So again, nobody knows this except for Marquez, maybe, because he may not even know this until he performs. So I'm assuming that we're gonna see the same Marquez that we saw against Alessio Di Chirico, because if you saw his last fight, like I said, 2.5 years ago, he's a destroyer. Like, if we see that same Marquez or anywhere near that, I think he will completely dominate Pitolo. I'm picking Marquez by decision because I'm gonna assume that we're gonna see somewhat of the same version that we saw against Di Chirico. I think he's stronger than Pitolo, faster. I don't know about faster, but it's definitely stronger, more experienced, more technical, and I think he'll pull a decision. But again, I'm 70-30. Pitolo's coming from 2 losses, and he's a good striker himself, but nothing too special. But again, the X factor here is: are we gonna see rusty Marquez or 100% Marquez? So Marquez by decision, but if the ring rust is there, who knows what could happen. Before that, we have Gastelum and Heinisch. Man, so I'm picking Gastelum to win this one by decision. I talked about this. It reminds me of Michael Johnson. I talked that he was 3 losses in a row. He had to win. It didn't matter. He still got outclassed. Gastelum is coming from losing to Adesanya, Darren Till, and Jack Hermanson. And here's the thing, right? I feel like those 3 guys would have beat Heinisch. I feel like Heinisch would have lost to Till, Adesanya, and Hermanson. And can you really say that he would have done better against Adesanya? I don't think so. I think Adesanya would have finished him. So losing to those 3 guys, there is no shame in losing to those 3 guys. What is Heinisch's biggest accomplishment? A knockout over Gerald Mischard. And Gastelum, his last fight, he lost by a heel hook, but and he lost by split decision to Darren Till, but that was not split. That was just some dumb fuck judge who did not know. Till won that fight clearly, either 30-27 or 29-28. But yeah, I think Gastelum is the same as Michael Johnson, back against the wall. If he loses to this guy, it will send him down the ranks big time, Till, Hermanson, and Adesanya are all top 10. The champion, he has way more experience than Heinisch, and I think it's going to come into play here. I think Gastelum will put a performance and pull a decision. I don't think Heinisch can out-grapple him, out-strike him, or out-cardio him. I think Gastelum will win this fight convincingly, possibly a knockout, just to prove a point, but I'm going by decision. So Gastelum by decision. Let's see, what's the other one? Real quick. Do I have them all here? And then Bobby Green versus Jim Miller. I'm going to go with Bobby Green by knockout round 2. Jim Miller has shown, if you look at his last 4 wins, that either he smokes you a minute into the first round or he gasses towards the end of round 1. Thiago Moises was not able to fully out-grapple Green. I don't think Miller will be able to do that. Once again, the same situation where Green should be more than aware that Miller, every single time I say this, it actually goes that way as far as the approach. There's no way Miller's coming here to stand up and trade with Green. He's going to go try to take him out, try to submit him. Green should be more than well aware of this, and he should be very well prepared, having fought Guida, Moises. I think Green stops the takedown, Miller gets tired, and Green knocks him out round 2. Running out of time here. And then Rodolfo Vieira versus Anthony Hernandez. Vieira by submission round 1, probably 2 minutes into the round. This guy is Olympic level submissions. This is the guy that is God level submission. Once he gets a hold of a limb on your neck, you will tap. There is no way around it. Monster underdog. Well, not actually. I thought he would be a bigger underdog, but minus 400 Vieira by submission. And then Simone by decision over Kelleher. I think he will completely. I think he's just superior to Kelleher in every single aspect of the game. However, Kelleher is good enough in the grappling and good enough where I think he will survive and he will not get finished. But overall, Simone by decision. So I have Usman by decision, but not confident. Macy Barber by knockout on 1. Julian Marquez by decision. Gastelum by decision. Vieira by submission, round 1. Ricky Simone by decision, and Bobby Green by TKO round 2. Alright guys, have a good one.